Hi, welcome to Mary's Stitching Corner. My name is Mary, and this is my channel about cross stitch. This is the 7th time I've started this video, so I'm going to look at my notes so I remember what I want to say and don't mess up as much. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to my new subscribers. I hope that you enjoy what you see and continue to come back and join us. And thank you to my viewers that keep coming back each time, and I appreciate you so much and appreciate the comments, and it's been really nice getting to know some of you better, so thank you very much. And if you're new here and you like what you see, please like and subscribe, leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you. So today is April 12th, 2022. We woke up to 5 inches of snow this morning, so I'm not very happy about that. It is melting pretty fast, but felt like we were back in winter, midwinter. And with the weather, I have vestibular migraine. The weather patterns, especially when we're in the transition between winter to spring, fall to winter, the barometric pressure is all over the place, which is a trigger, causes a migraine. I don't get pain, but I get a lot of head pressure and dizziness, and I've learned this last week that I need a warning sign. I need to put a warning sign on my stitching that says, do not stitch while dizzy, because I have unpicked as much as I've stitched this week. Not a good idea. So I didn't stitch as much as I normally do because I've been so dizzy, and I also didn't stitch on as many projects as I normally do because I had a couple that were close to finishing and I wanted to focus on those and get them finished. So this video may not be as long as it normally is. So today I've got one fully finished object, 2 finishes, and a few WIPS, and a tiny bit of haul. Been a good girl, so I haven't spent too much money this time. I think it's been about 2.5 weeks since my last video. So I guess we'll just get started and I'll start showing you what I've got. So first of all, I'll show you my FFO, my fully finished object. This was from a chart by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and it's called Easter Wishes. And I finished it into a pillow. And this was stitched on 18 count white Aida using the called for DMC. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. I finished it with chenille from Lady Creates, and I just used some fabric on the back that I've had lying around for a long time. And so that's that. Very happy with it. Then my finish, my first finish, this was on my WIP Go board. So this was called This Month. And I just focused on it early on so that I could get it done. I was quite close to finish. So this is by Little Stitch Girl, and it's called Plaid Tidings. And I had already finished the greenhouse, and this time I finished the red. And there it is. And this is stitched on 18 count white snowflake with aqua by Fabric Flare. So I'm very happy with that. I did change this a bit, and I don't normally do that. So if you look at the picture here, if you can see it, it calls for black and then 2 shades of red. And I didn't use the fancy floss for this. I just used the DMC, and the 2 reds were really, really close to each other. So I unpicked one of the reds and just replaced it with black and just made it a black and white check design. And I like how it turned out. So I have one more to do, which is the gray and black right here. And I've made a very small start on that. Very small. So that will be fun when those are done. And the other finish I have, I'm thrilled to have this finished. I love this one. And it's by Silver Creek Samplers. And it's called Christmas List. And I'm so happy with the way this turned out. We can see it. So this is stitched on 18 count Ada Cafe au Lait by Fabric Flare. And I just thoroughly enjoyed this one. And it went relatively quickly. I started it in November. And I didn't stitch on it exclusively, so that was really fun. So I think I used to make wooden signs, and sometimes they wouldn't turn out very crisp, and so I would start another one. And so I have a lot of pieces of wood lying around with these sayings on it, and that just don't look very crisp. And so I thought maybe one day I would sand them down and redo them, but that's a lot of work and I didn't want to do it. So I was actually going to throw them away, but now I've decided these are going to be great for finishing some of these. I'll just cover them in fabric and use them to finish some of these pieces. And I think that's what I'll do with this one, is I'll use one of those wooden signs and find some way to finish it. So I was very happy to get that done. So those are my finishes. Now we'll go on to just we'll start with new starts. I have a couple of new starts. So I've talked before about a stitch along I'm doing with Patty and Eugenia, and we are stitching along A Perfect World from the Scarlet House, and we started this in April. This is April. We started it April 1st. Sorry, my brain is all over the place today. So I'm doing this on 40 count vintage country mocha. And this is what I've got done so far. This is the first page. And I've already messed up. So I stitched this first, and then I've been counting the words off of this. So this W was wrong. It was 1 square lower than it should be. I think. But I figured that would be okay. And then here, this A is 1 square over. And I was considering just unpicking it and starting again, because I find that I can stitch on 40 count, but I'm obviously not very good at counting on 40 count. So, but I've decided just to keep going. I don't think these errors will mess me up too much. But so far I really enjoy how it's looking. I'm doing it 1 over 2 on 40 count linen. This is one of the ones I had a lot of problems with this week. So for sure I shouldn't be stitching on anything this tiny when I'm not feeling very good. So another one that's given me a lot of trouble, and it shouldn't, but it has. So this is Life and Liberty by Sue Hillis Designs. I mentioned last week I wanted to start a bunch of patriotic projects, but this is the only one I've started since I saw you last time. So this looks like it's quite an easy chart. And I figured other than the border, it would stitch up very quickly. And it did. This stitched up fast, and I was very happy with the way that it was going until I got to the birdhouse. And this is where we're at. And I stitched this birdhouse 3 times. And I'm still not done. I still have a lot of greenery to do around it and the back stitching, but I got the birdhouse done finally. I just kept miscounting over and over again. So I'm glad it's finally almost done and I can move on to another part of the chart. I love the way this looks. This is 18 count Ada beige from WIPS. And I love the colors that the designer has used on this because it makes it look very vintagey, if that's a word. So I'm hoping this will start moving faster now that I'm past that part, which obviously was a huge challenge for me for whatever reason. So another one that I've made a bit of progress on, and quite a few of you really like this one. In fact, one of you went and ordered it right away as soon as you saw it. And this is ABC de Maison by Jardin Privé. This was a new start last time. And this is where I'm at. So I finished the top row, started the second, and this is very enjoyable. So I think this will stitch up quite quickly. This is being stitched on Vintage Stormy Clouds, 18 count Ada. This is one of my favorite fabrics. So I love the colors in this. I just love everything about it. And I really like how it looks on this fabric. And me being me, I have a little bit chocolate here that I'm hoping will be covered up by stitching, by whatever's being stitched there. So I don't think there's a project that I do that I don't mess up in some way, shape, or form. So this is no exception. So this one is, this is a digital one. And I put some extra effort into this one this last week because I feel like I'm close to a finish, but there's so many color changes in this that it takes longer than you think. So this is Glasgow by Awesome Pattern Studio, and they are in the Ukraine. And one of the pieces I bought recently was from them. They have some really cute charts. So I'm doing this on the same fabric as the last one, Vintage Stormy Clouds, 18 count Aida. So I did a lot of filling in all through here since last time. Loving how it looks. I'm hoping that this will be done by my next video, but who knows? There's still quite a bit to do. This is where the bottom is, so I have all this to do. And it's full coverage pretty much within that area. So yeah, I'm loving that. And this is my last WIP. I told you I didn't work on too much this time. You've seen this a lot. This is one of my focus pieces, and it's Victorian Charm from Dimensions. And I'm getting closer and closer to a finish, but I'm just not there yet. So this is where I'm at. And you can see I'm working row by row down here, but since I'm so close to the bottom, I'm bringing some of it down. So I think I've probably done 2 rows since my last video. And so the bottom is right around here. So I'm very close to finishing, but it's very confetti heavy down there, and it takes a long time. But I'm trying to work on it a little bit every day so that I can keep moving it along and hopefully get it done before too much longer. That will be amazing to get that done. But I still have so many French knots that have to go on there that I'm not looking forward to, but I would think that by the end of this, I would probably be quite proficient in French knots. Either that or there'll be no hope, I guess, for mastering it. So hopefully that will be done within the next couple of months. So those are my WIPs. Way less than normal, but I'm thrilled with my progress and my finishes. So let me find my notes to see what else I have to talk about. All right, so I thought it would be interesting maybe to some of you to talk about how I store my floss. I like to see what people do. So I'm kind of old-fashioned in the sense that I bobbinate my threads. So I spent a lot of time a few weeks ago going through all my threads and bobbinating them. I had a whole bunch already bobbinated, but I also had big bags of floss that were just lying around. And so whenever I had a new project, it took me ages to go through everything that I had, and then half the time I didn't want to go through it all, so I would just order it, and then I would find that I was duplicating so much of what I already had. So I took a few days, a few weeks ago, just to go through everything, bobbinate it, put it all in containers, and get organized. It's been great because now when I want to start a new project, I can easily just go and look and see what I've got and not waste the money and spending stuff that I don't have to have. So this is how I organize my DMC flosses. And so I just use these containers that I get at Hobby Lobby or Michael's and put them on bobbins and put them in numerical order. If I can get this open. And I just put the number on there. Sometimes I have a sticker that has a number on there, or I just write it with a Sharpie. And I have, at the moment, I have 7 of these containers. 6 are completely full and 1 is partially full. And and then I just take a sticky note because this changes all the time. And I write what numbers are in here. So this is 152 through 420. But sometimes I'll get new floss, I have to switch things around a bit. So I just, scribble this out and add the new information. And this works really well for me. I know some people don't like bobbinating, but this just works really well for me. So when I'm going to start a project, I pull out the things that I need, the flosses that I need, and I put them on a ring, put it in a project bag, and then when I'm done, just put it all back into these containers. So when my friend, Alara, and if you haven't watched her Flosstube channel, go check her out. She's got great projects, and she's really fun to watch. So when she heard I was doing this, and a lot of these I did years and years and years ago, and so they're on cardboard bobbins. Like this is from a long time ago, and they start to tear and everything. So I had bought some plastic bobbins, and as I use these colors, if they're on cardboard, then I switch them out to plastic. So Alara, when she learned that I was doing this, sent me a bunch of plastic bobbins, which was so sweet of her. She sent me a whole bunch of these. So I'm good to go for a while. So thanks again, Alara. And the one thing I don't know what to do is I've started using some fancy floss, and that's more of a challenge. So how do you store your fancy flosses? Right now, I just have them in a project bag, and as I need them, I pull them out and put them on a ring like I do with the DMC. But I'd like to find a way to store them. Maybe I should just bobbinate them, I don't know. But see, they come from different companies, and that would be harder to do. But let me know, what do you do with your fancy floss? So that was that, and that was really nice to have that done. I got a piece of Happy Mail today. One of the ladies that won one of the giveaways I did a few weeks ago sent me a thank you card, which was really nice. So Eugenia, thank you very much. And she's one of the ladies doing the stitch along with me, and Patty. So that was really sweet. Thank you. It made my day to get something other than a bill in the mail. So what else? Last 2 videos ago, I called some winners for a giveaway, and I have not heard from one of them. So I'm going to give her another chance. So Yvette S., if you could get in touch with me, you won the drawing for this chart. And if you can email me at marystitchingcorner@gmail.com and give me your phone name and address, and I'll get this off to you. If I do not hear from you by my next video, then I will do another drawing and send it to somebody else. So the winners from my last drawing, one of the prizes was a sunflower needle minder. And the winner of that is Liz Kuhn. If you could email me at marystitchingcorner@gmail.com with your information, I'll get this off to you. And the other giveaway was for Preserving Liberty. And the winner for this was Norma Floss. And if you could email me and let me know all your information, name, I guess I know your name, but your address, and I'll get this off to you. And this week I'm going to give away, or pass the stash. And this is a chart I stitched a few months ago. So it's been used, but it's in really good condition, hasn't been written on or anything. And this is by Little House Needleworks, called ABC 123. And if you would like to be in the drawing for this, please say ABC. And please be over 18 so that I can legally ask for your address. And please don't say the word prize, giveaway, and all that kind of stuff. So I want to do a few shout outs, which I always want to do and then I forget each time. So this time I made sure to write them down. These are people I watch every time they put a video up. So the first one is, it was quite funny because she and I are in other groups for another interest that we have. And so I was very familiar with her face and her name. And I was watching Flosstube when I first discovered Flosstube last year. And there she was. And it was kind of funny. I knew she liked cross stitch, but I didn't know that she had a Flosstube. So this is Sherry. And her name, her Flosstube name is She Be Stitchy World. So She Be Stitchy World. And she has a great variety of projects. Really cute finishes. Like she'll take you on a tour of her house and show you her holiday finishes. That's what she does a lot of, is holiday stitching. And she also, this year, she's focusing on monthly designers. So each month she'll choose a different designer and focus on them. And she's got some charts that she's working on from people I haven't seen before or heard of before. And so go ahead and check her out. I think you'll enjoy her. The other one is Janet Jabber, and she's somebody you may know, but if you don't, I love her positivity. She's so upbeat, so cheerful. Her energy is fantastic, and she's got a great variety of stitching, from samplers to mirabilias, and she puts a video up every week. And so I would recommend her too. She's great. And the last one is Sew Me Sarah, SEW Me Sarah. And she's from Northern Ireland, and she has the loveliest accent. And it reminds me of my mum, because my mum was Irish, though she was from the south. So they have slightly different accents, but just reminds me of my mum's accent. Is very soft and lilting. And so she does beautiful work, beautiful finishes. And I think you'll really enjoy watching her if you haven't seen her already. So that's it for this time. Definitely shorter than normal, but I hope that all of you are well. And I haven't a lot of life update to make or to talk about. My daughter Sarah is loving her new job. It's a bit stressful right now because she was trained for a week and now she's on her own doing the job. So it's a little bit stressful for her, but she's so happy to be in a better working situation. Let me see. We haven't really done much else. Life has just been going on as normal. So anyways, so that's it. And take care. I hope you get a lot of stitching done, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.